feeling dry, tired, stressed? Get a boost of moisture with BioTrue Hydration Boost Eye Drops for comfort throughout the day. They're preservative-free, gentle, and made with naturally inspired ingredients. Stay BioTrue to your eyes.
Okay, everyone, our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and minerals, nutrients for immune health, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
Tomorrow on E!
Happening now.
There's no school for any San Antonio ISD students until at least Monday. What the district says went wrong with roughly 70% of its campuses when it came to trying to heat them in this cold.
A few more freezes are on the way. I'll let you know when, and also when it's okay to uncover your plants and put them back outside. And rain chances are looking better down the line. See you in a bit.
And after several days of freezing temperatures, many people were concerned about the state's power grid. Could it keep up? Today, we're going to sit down with ERCOT's CEO. He's going to talk about how he was able to keep the state's power on. The News at 5 starts right now. And first at 5, take the rest of the week off. Kids at all 98 San Antonio ISD schools will not have class until at least Monday. The district says 70% of those schools had heating issues by human error and equipment issues.
So now the district says that it needs to close every single school to do repairs and also check the campuses. Our Garrett Berger joins us now live from SAISD headquarters to tell us what went wrong.
We did not deliver. Those were the words that we heard from Superintendent Jaime Aquino at a news conference here at the SAISD headquarters just a few hours ago. Now, after heating problems and burst pipes caused the district to cancel school for 20 schools this morning and add another 11 throughout the day, it has become apparent that those issues were more widespread than originally believed. Now, Aquino says all the schools were checked Monday when students were out and everything appeared to be working. However, not all the boilers had been properly programmed to run around the clock. And that led to major issues like boiler pipes breaking and other systems simply didn't work correctly, he says. Aquino said the district wasn't able to efficiently keep up with information on the situation at all of its schools. And he took full responsibility for pushing ahead with class at many SAISD schools today.
The ownership is on me, and I take full responsibility. Too many of our students and staff across SAISD were in unfavorable conditions today, and that will not continue, and it is unacceptable.
Aquino says he's looking at the infrastructure issues, but also the people involved. And he said there will be accountability measures. Now, there's no price tag yet on how much this will all cost. And while a 2020 district bond included money for HVAC replacements at numerous schools, Aquino also said the district has been underfunded and has infrastructure problems. And it's had to do some deferred maintenance because of that underfunding. Live at the district headquarters, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
And it was a frigid start early this morning. Widespread teens officially at the airport in town. We started off the day at 18 degrees. By the afternoon, though, we made it up to 46 for the high temperature. So we're slowly seeing those afternoons warm up, and then it'll get even warmer tomorrow, but don't get too used to it. 50 right now in Eagle Pass, 45 Leon Springs, along with Shirts. For the most part, we're in the 40s. Near Lavernia as well, 48, Bernie at 45 degrees. Now, as we go through the evening hours, temperatures falling off pretty quickly again with the clear sky, gentle breeze, and dry air. By 9 o'clock, we're at 36. 1 a.m., we're back to freezing in San Antonio. And early tomorrow morning, I anticipate a temperature on average around town of about 30 degrees. But that's 28 Port SA, 29 on the south side at Stinson, 31 in Helotes, 31 in Converse, 24 Bandera, 29 Canyon Lake, and 28 for the morning temperature in Poteet. We have more freezes to talk about, along with a brief little warming trend. But the really good news is rain chances are looking even better. We'll talk about that system in just a bit.
Oh, rain is always good, Adam. Thank you. All right, so, it's bad enough that the cold temperatures this week forced a lot of us to stay indoors. They're also being blamed for causing a detour on I-35 during morning rush hour traffic. Just look at this. We're told the cold caused a sprinkler system from a nearby church property to leak. Yeah, and water gushed over the access road near I-35 and Waltham Road, and you know exactly what happens when it was as cold as it was this morning. That water turned to ice. Now, some Windcrest City workers had to use their shovels to try and break that up. Aside from that, busted pipes, not just a problem on the north side. We know that local plumbers have been inundated with calls from homeowners and business owners needing repairs. One of them told us that preventative measures, that's the best way to make sure that you don't see damages during the freezing weather.
Just let the water run in when it's below 30 degrees, 27, and try to cover the pipes.
Now, we have more information on how you can protect your pipes on KSAT.com.
New at 5, one thing many of us worried about before it got this cold was losing power. Many of you asked if the state's power grid was ready to handle the cold temperatures.
And it did. Tiffany Huertas explores why the grid held firm through the week's frigid temperatures. She spoke with Pablo Vegas, the CEO of ERCOT.
It came down to a lot of preparation and planning, Tiffany.
Pablo Vegas, president and CEO of ERCOT, which operates the electricity grid in Texas, says that's one of the reasons why the grid held firm.
The generation fleet performed really well during this weather event, whether it was the traditional thermal dispatchable units like the coal plants and the gas plants and the nuclear plants, as well as the renewable facilities, the wind and the solar facilities performed very well. And then the newest technology that's on the ERCOT grid, the batteries, they all perform very well too.
ERCOT asked Texans twice this week to conserve electricity as the electric grid conditions tightened due to freezing temperatures. Vegas says this made a big impact.
We saw a significant change in how much energy was being consumed during that window. So that had to have been a combination of the government agencies, residential homeowners that adjusted their thermostats.
Vegas says ERCOT has made several changes since the winter storm in 2021.
We've also seen a lot of growth of resources on the electric grid. So we've seen a lot of increases in renewable solar as well as wind has come on. We have more wind today and more solar than we ever have before. We are seeing a lot of battery growth. We talked about that. Batteries are a big help and they can provide energy really at any time.
What message would you have for people that are still worried following that storm in 2021?
Well, I want them to know that ERCOT and the electric generating community and the transmission operating community, we are all focused every single day to continuously improve the grid and to make sure that we can meet the demands regardless of how cold or how hot it is, and that a lot of progress is being made.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
A mistrial declared today in the case of a former San Antonio police officer accused of shooting toward teenagers who were fleeing away from him. Oscar Cruz Jr. arrested in early 2022 and charged with deadly conduct with a firearm. Now, according to disciplinary records, back in March of 2020, Cruz responded to calls about teens pulling on car door handles. The report says Cruz tried to detain one of those teens who ran away and then threw an object at Cruz. According to city officials, that's when Cruz fired off 2 shots. Now, some evidence turned in by the state prior to the trial was not given to the defense in enough time for a proper review. Thus, the mistrial. So, will he be tried again? Bexar County District Attorney's Office had no comment tonight, and we have not heard back as of news time.
Now, also making headlines tonight, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland is in Uvalde this evening. He's there one day before the Justice Department releases its critical incident report on the shooting at Robb Elementary. Now, that report is expected to be released tomorrow, which is more than 18 months after the shooting on May 24th of 2022. You remember that days after the shooting, the DOJ said that it would review the law enforcement response. KSAT's going to have a crew in Uvalde when that report is released. And by the way, that's scheduled to be released around 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be there live. We're going to be live streaming the media briefing. And we're also going to have that 600-page report on all of our platforms.
Come March 1st, Texas mothers will be able to stay on Medicaid for a year after childbirth. That's according to a report from the Texas Tribune tonight. The nonprofit news organization citing emails it obtained. According to those emails, the Federal Centers for Medicare and Medicaid approved the state's application today. Medicaid covers half of all the births in the state of Texas, but coverage currently expires after 2 months. In 2021, the state's application for continued coverage was reportedly deemed unapprovable by the federal government because of what they considered inaccurate language that would exclude women who had abortions. Under the Texas Medicaid plan, Anyone whose pregnancy ended in the months prior to March 1st and lost postpartum Medicaid coverage is eligible to re-enroll to keep coverage until 12 months after their pregnancy ended. Now let's talk about the Republican race. The gloves are slowly but surely coming off. All three Republican candidates increasing their attacks on each other as primary day in New Hampshire approaches.
Less than a week from today, one poll actually has Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley each polling at 40% support. So they're at a dead heat. Now, Haley, meanwhile, is hoping that independent voters are going to help her win that state contest. Gloria Pazmino has the latest from the campaign trail.
The battle for New Hampshire can be won with the support of independent voters.
I think New Hampshire people, they judge things on their own.
So securing the support of independents is a central strategy for all three Republican candidates left in the race.
I am looking for an alternative Republican to run against Joe Biden. I'm leaning toward Nikki Haley.
But it will be especially important for former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, who finished third in the Iowa caucuses and now needs to win New Hampshire if she has any hope of staying in the race.
I think that once she does well in New Hampshire, then people are actually going to start looking longer also. They're going to say, stand up and take notice.
With 6 days to go, candidates are sharpening their attacks.
People behind Nikki Haley are pro-amnesty, they're pro-China, they're pro-open borders. If she wins, Biden wins, and if Biden wins, New Hampshire cannot win.
Despite the results, Haley trying to showcase the race as a choice between her and Trump.
70% of Americans have said they don't want to see another Trump-Biden rematch.
Her position reflected in her decision to not participate in any more debates unless Trump also participates. The move drew criticism from Republican Governor Ron DeSantis, who is polling behind Haley in New Hampshire.
That's just not going to fly. We're supposed to have a debate on with WMUR on Thursday night. I committed to it.
In New York, I'm Gloria Pazmino reporting.
Check out traffic right now. Let's go to Loop 410 and I-10. It's where they come together. I-10 west at Loop 410 east. And you can see as traffic gets on the ramp there, it's slow going, but things are moving. Bright sunshine out there this afternoon.
Still ahead, the cold temperatures not just wreak havoc on our outside plants or pipes and vehicles. Here's the other thing, though. They can also hurt your health. We'll have a warning from doctors up next.
I'm Myra Arthur here in the newsroom with a look at what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. And we start at the Bexar County Courthouse.
It's day 2 of the Hilson Avila Rodriguez capital murder trial. We'll take you inside the courtroom as testimony today from an ex-girlfriend refuted the defense's theory in this case. More on that coming up.
Plus, the pandemic highlighted the mental health crisis that often exists within our schools. With counselors overloaded, we'll show you the digital outlet that counselors, parents, and students are calling a game changer, how it works. All that and more today at 6.
Myra, thank you. So let's talk about this because it's not just us that we're dealing with the cold temperatures. As people across the country deal with these cold temperatures, doctors now have a warning for all of us.
They are urging everyone to be aware of the serious dangers the cold could have on your health. Here's the story.
A cold, wintry climate may not only be uncomfortable, but also dangerous to your health, even leading to potentially life-threatening consequences. Prolonged exposure to cold temperatures can make your body lose heat faster than it's produced. That can result in hypothermia. Some of the symptoms include shivering, exhaustion, confusion, even memory loss and slurred speech. Doctors say one of the first things to do if a person is experiencing hypothermia is to get them into a warm room and remove any wet clothing. Warm drinks may also be helpful, as well as wrapping the person up in a warm blanket. You also want to look out for frostbite. That's a type of injury caused by freezing that leads to a loss of feeling and color in parts of the body. Areas usually affected: the nose, ears, cheeks, fingers, and toes. Fingers and toes can be permanently damaged and sometimes require amputation. Experts say that being prepared is your best line of defense against dealing with extremely cold weather. But if you or a loved one are experiencing any serious symptoms, Get medical attention right away.
And of course, as we were watching all that cold weather video, Adam Caskey's like, I just got back from ice fishing. I could have showed you cold weather video.
Yeah, I've got a good stash of it in my phone. I'm going to share some tomorrow at Thermometer Thursday, of course.
All right.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to have more freezes, though,
Yes,
right?
we are. More freezes ahead. That's the key here. Don't get too comfortable, especially when you see the high temperature for tomorrow morning, because more freezes are upon us. That's our number one headline. Don't get complacent with everything and put the plants out right away, because we have more mornings where we're going to be below freezing. Here's the main point, though. I think if you want to plan on getting the plants back out and uncovered, Sunday's your day to do that. That's the way it's looking right now. Just to be safe, I'd wait until Sunday after 10 a.m. And then rain chances also return on Sunday, and they're looking pretty promising. Let's start with the freezes. Even though over the next 4 days, we may not officially get a little below freezing, I do think most backyard thermometers will. Tomorrow morning, right near 30, outlying areas upper 20s. Friday, we're saying 34. That's close enough to just keep the plants. They're already inside. They're already covered. Leave them be. Saturday morning, a hard freeze at 25, and then close again on Sunday morning. Then those mornings get progressively warmer, and mind-blowing. We could be talking 50 degrees by Wednesday morning. Unreal, right? It's all relative. It's all perspective, isn't it? Looking across the state, we have some 60s out in West Texas. El Paso and Alpine at 67. Dallas, meanwhile, at 42. Brownsville, 55. Currently, officially in San Antonio, we're at 45 degrees. Hondo, 47. And Del Rio at 50. Tomorrow morning, some mid to upper 20s in outlying areas. Uvalde, 25. 26 the morning temperature in Hondo. We get to downtown San Antonio right at 32. Stone Oak, 31. Timberwood Park at 28. Even Von Army and near Lackland, 28 degrees. So plan for that light freeze tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. Even some patchy fog out there, especially south and east of town, and that may lead to some extra frost on the windshield for some folks. By noon, we're at 60 degrees. So we start at 30, and then we're 30 degrees warmer at noon, jumping up to 70 for the afternoon high. So feeling balmy, but keep in mind, as I showed you on that morning temperature graph, we'll be back near freezing as we get on into Friday morning and several mornings thereafter. But tomorrow afternoon, embrace the upper 60s right near 70. It's going to feel good. A lot of sunshine beating down on you. It's the thaw that we need right now. That, however, changes on Friday. So a cold front hits Thursday night. That's going to drop our temperature for Friday back into the 40s for highs Friday, Saturday, and even on Sunday, right near 40 degrees for the high temperature. Not only cooler on Friday, but also windy. Yes, these fronts, we know, they're gusty this time of year. Here's our future cast for the wind on Friday. Temperatures in the 40s throughout the day. North wind at times gusting up to 40, maybe even closer to 45 miles per hour. So a windy way to end the work week, end of the school week, and then the wind slowly pumps the brakes by Friday night. Here's the big picture. No major systems. We have a few weak disturbances off to the north of us, but no major systems. And overall, our pattern is fairly zonal, west to east. That's going to change as we get into the weekend and early next week. This system will come in from the west, and that's going to dig into Mexico and likely even linger for a few days, which really helps out our rain chances. By Sunday afternoon, we're looking at 40%. Sunday night, we're up to 70%. Monday, Tuesday, 60%. So scattered to widespread showers are in the forecast, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. But it's going to be liquid variety. Right now, we should be warm enough where it's just rain. Coming up at 6, we'll have time to get into just how much we could see and rainfall totals.
Okay. Thank you, Adam.
All right. Bump set spike became bump set sign today for a local volleyball star.
The best thing I thought of was signed, sealed, delivered. That was way better. Nice. Southwest High School volleyball standout Starlet Oyuela is headed west to play collegiate ball for the Southwest Mustangs. A front row seat to her signing day coming up. And the next stop on the Spurs 5-game road trip, a date with the 31-9 Boston Celtics tonight. We'll hear from Kelvin Johnson at this morning's shoot-around after the break. The Southwest High School volleyball team captured 2 pieces of hardware this season, and playing a key role in the Dragons' success was the District 28 5A Setter of the Year, Scarlett Oyuela Starlet. Transferred to Southwest for her senior season and made an immediate impact, and now she'll look to do more of the same at the University of Southwest, who competes in the NAIA, located in Hobbs, New Mexico.
I wish we would have had her all 4 years, but being able to be blessed to have her for one it's enough. She's so fun and quirky, and we love having her here, and the energy she brought, she really helped us be as successful we were this season, and I think she's going to do the next thing, the same thing at the next step at University of the Southwest.
The way that they welcomed me and the way that they clicked with me, because as a setter, you know, you kind of run the court, kind of like a QB for a football team. So it's like when you have people who actually are willing to click with you and work with you, it's just like it all just comes together, and that's exactly what happened.
Chemistry is hard to find, so congrats to Starlet in her next chapter at the collegiate level. In about an hour, the San Antonio Spurs are set to tip off against the holders of the best record in the NBA, the Boston Celtics. The Spurs enter the matchup tied for the second worst record in the league. Now, the last time the two teams met was back on New Year's Eve, where Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown combined for 49 points in a 134-101 Boston win. Keldon Johnson feels much better about the Spurs' identity since then.
You know, playing hard, energetic, getting up and down. You know, I feel like for the past few games, we've been doing a good job of that. Obviously, first half of last game was not how we wanted to play, but we got back to it in the second half, and we got back in the game. But we're just trying to replicate that as many times as possible, and continue to get better at it, and you know, just continue to put it together, not individually but as a team.
Well, the Spurs are 15-point underdogs in this one. Tip-off is at 6:30, and if you remember back in late December, Detroit, the worst record in the league, brought the Celtics to OT. Celtics won, but hey, anything can happen tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, just keep it closer than what did they lose by the first time? 30-some?
Almost like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Just make sure it's a good game. Yeah. Thank you. We'll be right back. All right, we're going to start with this. A live look at traffic right now. This is 281 at Nakoma, right near the San Antonio International Airport. Traffic is flowing at this hour, 5:28. Not looking too bad out there considering it's rush hour.
And look at that temperature. Tomorrow we start at 30, then go up to 70. A huge temperature swing of 40 degrees, so dress in layers. But don't let that 70 fool you. By Friday, we're back down into the 40s for afternoon highs and windy. So one nice, comfortable afternoon. Then temperatures fall off again. A few more freezes all the way through Sunday morning. Talking more about those rain chances at 6.
Thanks, Adam. We'll see you after World News, which is next.